All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first one. Collect them. Let's go down to the news proper as it is hot. You don't share that for the Obodo as Kanu's family wants George sanction over alleged court disobedience as it is hot. Family of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has called for the sanction of the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tosho, and Justice Bintanyako over alleged disobedience to court orders. The family say the flagrant disobedience to court orders by Justice Tosho and Nyako as presiding judges had brought the judiciary into disrepute. A statement signed yesterday in Abuja by his brother Emmanuel Kanu on behalf. The family say the flagrant disobedience to court orders by Justice Tosho and Nyako as presiding judges has brought the judiciary into disrepute. Statements signed yesterday in Abuja by his brother Emmanuel Kanu on behalf of the family and made available to journalists, highlighted key judicial pronouncements from Nigeria courts and international bodies, of all which it claimed ruled in favor of Kanu's release. Kanu, however, commended the timely intervention of Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudara Muntoro Olatombo Kekere Ekun, in ensuring that the decade-long trial was duly assigned to a competent judge. He stated, "We welcome the untimely intervention of the Chief Justice of Nigeria in ensuring that the decade-long sham trial of Nnamdi Kanu is duly assigned to a competent judge untainted by bias. We find it shocking that it required the involvement of conscious public that the most senior judicial officer in Nigeria for Bintanyako to obey her order of recusal made it in her court. In any sound country that takes adherence to the rule of law seriously, both John Tosho, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, and Bintanyako, the presiding judge that made the recusal order, ought to be sanctioned for bringing the judiciary into dispute." All right, wonderful people, welcome back as it is hot. This is coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family. This is coming from Mazi Nnamdi. All right, just recently a new judge has been assigned to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ahamadike 1 of Ndigbo, a new judge who is going to oversee the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Ahamadike 1 of Ndigbo. I think this is how it's supposed to be, because in developed country there are some things that the country knows is your right, and for Kanu requesting the resignation of Bintanyako on his case, I don't think that is out of good reasoning, because he has seen that Yako is not on his favor. Yako is not actually on his favor, and from the judgment we have seen so far, Yako has been very biased in her judgment. All right, wonderful people. IPOB warns against misuse of 250 billion Southeast Development Fund. Let's go down to that information. The indigenous people of Biafra has cautioned politicians and individuals in the Southeast region against sharing the 250 billion appropriated for the newly created Southeast Development Commission, insisting that the fund should be used solely for the region's development. In a statement issued on Sunday by the spokesperson for Pro-Biafra Group, Ima Powerful, IPOB emphasized the urgent need for development projects and intervention programs in the Southeast, stating that the funds should be channeled towards the region's progress. Powerful outlined examples of such projects, including construction and expansion of roads, the rehabilitation of federal hospitals, the establishment of new healthcare facilities, and the building of power plants to provide reliable and affordable electricity. The statement read in part, the attention of the noble IPOB family worldwide has been drawn to the purported sum of 250 billion appropriated for the newly created Southeast Development Commission under the chairmanship of Dr. Emeka Nwogo and supervised by the former governor of Abia State, Senator Orji Uzor, who is the Senate Committee Chairman of the Commission. If this information is true, we wish to warn Senator Orji Uzor and those handling this money to ensure that it is not shared among individuals but is utilized for the development of Ali Igbo. The money is meant to initiate and complete development projects in the region. The Southeast requires social intervention initiatives and industrialization that will generate employment for the Igbo youth at the critical time. Examples of such projects include the rehabilitation of existing infrastructure, the construction of expansion of roads, the refurbishment of federal hospitals, and the establishment of new health care facilities. Additionally, power plants should be built to ensure a stable and affordable electricity supply. There is also a need for the construction of free trade zones or industrial parks in Abia and Anambra State to create jobs for our teeming population, as well as development of functional seaports and international airports. We acknowledge that the 250 billion alone will not build an airport or a seaport, but since the fund will be allocated annually, they must be utilized effectively. Investment should also be made in human capital by supporting youth with technical and creative skills to develop their natural potentials. Ndi Igbo are naturally endowed with ingenuity and creativity. IPOB stressed that all the Commission requires is a safe environment and government support to achieve its objectives, warning that the people will not accept any misappropriation of the fund through the frivolous seminars, conferences, or foreign trips. This is not the time for politicians to loot the common treasury without accountability. IPOB is here to monitor and expose any wrongdoing and to call out those working against the interests of the Southeast region. The purported appropriation of funds, if true, belong to the entire Southeast region, not to any particular state, local government, or community. Any intervention program undertaken by the SEDC must be evenly distributed across all states and communities in Ali Igbo. The SEDC board members must ensure that the impact of 250 billion naira is felt across Igbo land. No state community should be given preferential treatment over another. There must be equity and justice to prevent any form of strife. Most importantly, the money must not be stolen or shared among political actors in Ali Igbo. Anyone involved in misappropriation of these funds will face consequences of the group. 1. IPOB stated that the success or failure of the SEDC would rest on key Igbo figures, including Senator Orji Kalu, House of Representatives Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, and SEDC Chairman Dr. Emeka Nwogo. These individuals will be held responsible if the SEDC fails and will be praised if it succeeds. IPOB is monitoring them and will not hesitate to hold them accountable, the statement concluded. All right, everybody is talking about power sector, everybody is talking about other things, but nobody is talking about railways. Of course, if you go to places like Lagos State, Kanu, Kaduna, and other states, you see railways, you see well-built places where these people have invested, where the northerners, the southerners are working very hard to develop their own state. And I'm still wondering why our own governors or the Ndi Igbo that are around will not think about such initiative in order to be able to better Ali Igbo. You know, imagine putting railways all over the Ali Igbo and all that. I think that will bring a big change and a bring turnaround in the events of things in this area or in this part of the country. So I think it's high time that the government of Ali Igbo should opt their game by bringing in things like railways that will go from Enugu to Anambra, Anambra to Ebonyi, Ebonyi to Imo, Imo to Owerri, Owerri to Port Harcourt, and some of these things will ease the burden of transportation from the Igbo people. All right, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. And if this is your first time of joining us, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for listening. God bless you.